Video request from some dude named Gavloft I've never heard of before. Guess he likes to dance like John Travolta. So what do you think about minimalism and money-free living? I've done tons of videos like this, but I'll do another one just for Gavlot. Minimalism. I was living in my van, being minimalist and not spending a lot of money, and it's really good for teaching you to live frugally. And if you know how to live frugally and be happy, then it's really adds a lot of freedom to your life, because you don't, like a penny saved is a penny earned. It's like knowing how to make more money. Only it's easier to save, to not spend money, than it is to go out and work more and make more money. So it's a good skill to have. It's also good for the environment to not be too much of a consumer, as buying stuff and throwing it away and all this kind of stuff. Money-free living. I like alternative ways to spend money, like the Bitcoin. Somebody asked me to do Bitcoin, I think twice, and I'd like to do it, but I don't really have anything to say about it. But I should study up on it, and this kind of stuff. But I think generally it's best to just go ahead and use money as much as you can, and not try to do that whole barter thing, because it just the selfish people always turn that around and fuck over other people and use it against other people. And you can be a lot more straightforward and black and white, and with less confusion, if you just straight up use money, even like between friends. Like sometimes my roommate likes to pay for like utilities and weed and stuff, and that's cool, because it's like, because how much the weed costs anyways. But the whole kind of thing, like, oh, I'll give you weed and then you give me your bicycle or something like that, like trading. And there's too many, maybe in the future when people are less greedy, it would work better, but I wouldn't want to do that now, unless it was like with somebody like my roommate, somebody who's cool. Because I don't know, I've just had too many bad experiences with people trying to, shortchange me. And with those little ways, it's just another way to figure out a way to fucking manipulate and shortchange somebody. But as far as money-free living for yourself, not being like a user, maybe traveling around and doing the warm showers and the couch surfing and stuff. Sometimes people want to be a host because they just want to, socialize or meet people from other countries, and that's a cool way to do it. Like if you're gonna maybe set up a program. I don't know if there's even a website about this, but like if you want to travel around Europe, you could borrow somebody's car over there, or borrow somebody's house, and then in exchange they would borrow your car and borrow your house. That kind of stuff is really cool, because it takes away any kind of middleman, and it just makes the economy a lot more streamlined, and there's less waste, less bureaucracy, less red tape, and it makes everything cheaper and simpler for everybody. And in the future, when we're all more trustworthy, there's less assholes in the world. That's probably how we'll be doing stuff most of the time. Just, potlucks and sharing and that kind of stuff. But, so yeah, those people who give more than they receive, they're a great, example for the rest of us. My roommate's like that, actually. His hobby is like building up bicycles and then giving them to people. Because he's like, oh, it feels so good to give. I just love to give bicycles to people. Like the neighbor who we lived with before, or over in Lafayette, man, he mentioned, oh yeah, Mike gave us a bike. It got stolen, so he gave us another bike. He like giving him like 3 or 4 bikes, and he gave the other neighbor a bike, and he gave his roommate, who he lived for free with him for 2 years because he couldn't pay rent, like a couple of bikes. And Mike doesn't make that much money. He gets $10 an hour. So, yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Just a simple person, and all you do with your life is giving. You live to give. That's cool. But yeah, it's kind of like going hippieism, or I don't know if that's the right word, but trying to get in touch with like caveman days or whatever, when you didn't use money. We didn't use money for a long time. We did the bartering for a long time, and used different things for money. And so Yeah, like being like a homeless person and doing the kibbutz over here and then moving over somewhere else and doing the like the Hawaiian version of kibbutz, or where you're working on the thing for free but you get the food, and communes. That kind of stuff is easier for younger people. Older people just want to have a less confusion, but it's a cool thing to experiment with and go for. But yeah, living like money free, or not spending. See, money free, like the guy who doesn't spend any money. It's like, how does he not spend any money? Like, what? Does he go to the soup kitchen all the time? Well, now you're just a fucking leech on society, dude. You're living off the soup kitchen and going to the food bank all the time. That's like somebody who gets the dole check, the unemployment check. Oh yeah, money free living, man. Woohoo, not working, yay, living off the government. It's like, you're a fucking asshole. You're a piece of shit, man. You're a loser. Contribute a little bit to society, dude. But if you're not, going to the food banks and stuff for your food, like you're living money free and you're like dumpster diving and stuff, that's cool. That's really cool. I would commend anybody who lives, because nobody's suffering from your dumpster diving. That food would get thrown in the trash anyway. And somebody who could like document that kind of money free living, where nobody's suffering from you gobbling up the resources of other people. That I'd love to see somebody do a vlog about that. Who gets really good at that? That could inspire people. And then of course it would teach maybe the supermarkets to be a little bit less wasteful, and they would donate their money to the food banks and stuff. And then it'd be cooler for normal people just go to the food bank if they wanted to. But yeah, God bless the people who organize those food banks, churches, who do food drives and soup kitchens and stuff. My roommate, Mike's mom, she volunteered at a soup kitchen for like 5 years, and that kind of stuff is cool. But yeah, living cheaply and living simply. Extreme aesthetics. Oh, like living off the land, going out in the woods and hunting rabbits. I interviewed a dude living in his van, and he like would live for free by hunting rabbits. Shooting rabbits. You can, like, one way you can capture little rodents if you're camping out in the woods. I would never do that because it gives me heebie-jeebies to cut an animal apart and eat it. But you can like put like a big pot up, and then you prop it up with a stick, and then you put oh man, I can't remember what you do. The founder of Patagonia described it in like a men's journal magazine. You put like and then the little guy goes in to eat his thing, and then it hits this, and then you pull the stick out with like a string or something, and then he's trapped in there, and then you go in and you put something in there. It was something household thing or whatever. Anyway, it sucks all the oxygen out, and he dies, and then you can open it up, and you got your little rodent to eat. Knowing like edible plants and stuff in your neighborhood, that's or near the mountains, and just living off of that would be really cool. And to document it. One of my friends in college, he's from Alaska, and he said he lived for 3 weeks in the backwoods of Alaska with his friend, off of his BB gun, shooting rodents. So yeah, man, that kind of stuff is cool. But yeah, dude, don't be one of these like hippies, or what more people would call hippies, who like want to go someplace just because they don't have to work and you get the free shit, because it turns ugly real quick. Like Haight-Ashbury in '66 was a bunch of free loving hippies, and then by the time '67 come around, they're fucking killing each other and stuff. So don't be like a rat, eating everybody else's goods. But as long as you're not doing that, yeah, living frugally and living cheaply, that's cool. Okay, that's enough. Peace out.